Los Angeles greeted me with acid rain. The taxi driver refused to come closer than a block from the Grand Albatross. He gritted his teeth yellowed by nicotine and muttered something about a cursed place. The hotel stood like a rotten tooth among the glittering skyscrapers. The facade, once snow white, was now covered with black streaks. The bronze letters of the name had long been stolen, leaving only rusty traces, like bloody streaks. The door creaked with a sound as if someone groaned in the depths of the building. A man sat behind the counter. Or what had once been a man. His skin resembled parchment stretched over a skull. His eyes were cloudy balls covered with cataracts. "A room, for you," his voice creaked like unlubricated gears. He held out the key. The brass was warm, almost hot, as if it had just been pulled out of someone's chest. 414, the last, free. When I went up the stairs, because the elevator had not worked for a long time, it seemed to me that I could hear laughter from below. Dry, like the rustling of rats in the walls. The door opened soundlessly. The air was thick, sweetish rotten. The bed had perfectly tucked sheets, but when I ran my hand over them, my fingers became sticky, and a brown stain appeared in the light of the lantern. On the table lay a suitcase, probably forgotten by the previous tenant. It was made of genuine leather, cracked with time. The lock gave in with a click, as if someone inside had been waiting for this moment. Inside I found several photographs. The first one was of a woman in a black dress. Beautiful, if not for. Her mouth was cut from ear to ear, her eyes gouged out, but her eyelids remained open, and around her neck was a neat noose of her own intestines. On the back was the inscription, Elizabeth, January 15, 1947. On the second, a man in a suit. The skin from his face was torn off, but his teeth were still smiling. In his hands he held a sign, I am guilty. On the back was also the inscription, Thomas, the 3rd of March 1965. The 3rd, it is better not to look at the 3rd. I woke up at night from the fact that someone was breathing down my neck. This is just a nightmare. But when I turned on the light, the pillow was wet. Not from sweat, from something thick, smelling of copper. In the mirror above the sink, an inscription appeared, written in something red, he is already here. The morning brought no relief. In the elevator, which suddenly started working, I found that all the buttons were worn out, except for 4, and on the mirror, prints of children's hands. Underfoot there were cigarette butts from the 1940s. When the doors opened on my floor, he was standing in the hallway. Tall. Too tall. The hat hid his face, but I knew, there was nothing there. Only darkness. "Mr. Morris," he whispered, and his voice was like the creaking of a gallows. "You are late, but it does not matter." He took a step forward. I ran to the room as fast as I could. Locked the door. In the room I found an old tape recorder on the nightstand. The voice on the tape was mine, but older. He collects us. All who stayed here. We become part of his collection. Part of history. In the mirror behind me, a shadow moved. If you found this, he has already chosen you. Room 414 is not a room. It is a grave. Our common grave. Look in the mirror. He is behind you. Always. After some time, the police found an open suitcase with photographs, a tape recorder with film, and a bloody trail leading to a boarded-up window. But the body was never found. Grand Albatross was torn down in 1999. An office center was built in its place, in the elevator of which the 4th floor sometimes catches fire. For no reason.